Well, good morning, everyone. It's Monday, August 8th, and just here for the devotional and announcement video. You can see I'm in my backyard this morning, and we're having a good time with coffee, and you might even see a cat running around behind me. But oh, there she is right there. Sable, say hi. So that's Sable, our cat, our little cat. She likes to come outside with me, knock around. Let's start off with some announcements. Last night we had a great time in our annual summit training for leaders. I know many of you could not be there, and that's okay. Um, we had a good time. We talked about things coming up, going on down the road, uh, 2023 and beyond, those kinds of things. Lots of we call it growing, gone in our senior adult area because that's just what happens. That's a natural cycle of things, but um, all is well. This coming Sunday, Dress Down Sunday, it's going to be called Connect Sunday. We're going to have hot dogs and hamburgers, and we'll have cool space in Fellowship Hall for senior adults if they don't want to go outside to visit Fellowship, have a hot dog and a hamburger. So dress down. It's not a suit and tie day because we're going to be outside and may get warm. There's supposed to be a tent, maybe some those misters and things, and lots of stuff for families to do. So this is one of those where you want to invite your friends and neighbors. It's the kind of thing we used to call high attendance Sunday. So we'll go with that. Lots of other things going on. Check your calendars and your announcements, and we will not have Leisure Live Wires in August. We'll start that back up in September. We had a great time a couple of Fridays ago at our big summer bash, somewhere between 350 and 400 people. Biggest one we ever had. Lots of good feedback on that. We're very happy to know that everybody enjoyed that. Could always do better, and we will. We'll try to improve next year. I don't know that we want a whole bunch more people there, but we certainly had a great time and we're able to enjoy each other's fellowship. So today's Beatitude. Wow, this one kind of we're kind of getting into the deep end of the pool. Jesus started off with blessed are the poor in spirit. We've got blessed are the meek and that kind of thing. Now today it's blessed are those who thirst and hunger, or hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. And what a contrast with the world's definition. Um, you know, the world would say, blessed or happy are you because you have a whole bunch of stuff. You're uh, you you are always trying to get more. You're trying to win in this game of life, and it just is totally opposite of what God says, what Jesus told us. So, for me, what does that mean to hunger and thirst after righteousness? Um, you know, the Bible, when it's talking about that strong or even strongest of desires, um, it's a hunger and it's a thirst. Even Jesus on the cross said he thirsted. We think of that as physically, but uh, Jesus always has a spiritual component to everything he does and says. Well, to hunger and thirst after righteousness, um, you, you know, when the Bible talks about hungering and thirsting and all that kind of thing, it's 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 that image of a strong desire that you can't shake. We think of crawling through the desert, and in some ways, we live in a righteousness desert, don't we? The world is not very righteous, especially right now. And when you think of, crawling through the desert sands and those old movies where the guy who's just wasted away to nothing, he says water, water. That's kind of where we are with righteousness. And think of that verse in Psalms 42, as the deer panteth for the water. My soul longeth after you. We made a song about it, a praise song that we sing, but there's the challenge. There's the question. Does our soul long for the Lord? Do we hunger and thirst for righteousness? You see, here's the thing with the world. They hunger and thirst for stuff. And sometimes we do too. We're flesh. We oh, I'd like to have that car. I'd like to have that house. I'd like to have that whatever, you know. But do we hunger and thirst after that? Jesus says that's where you're going to be truly satisfied. You see, the thing about stuff, about material possessions, you might hunger and thirst after them. You might desire something, you know, but guess what? My experience, I think yours too, and psychologists will tell you, once you get something, then you're not satisfied. How many things have you really wanted that ended up in the garage sale or at Goodwill or whatever? So, um, you know, what is it we truly thirst and hunger for? Do you hunger and thirst for righteousness, for things to be God's way, not the world's way, for things to honor the Lord and not honor man? I mean, that's the difference. Um, you see, the things of this earth, they don't satisfy. We sing the song, "Who can satisfy like you?" Really, if you hunger and thirst for righteousness, you hunger and thirst for God. Um, your soul longs for the Lord, and because that's where righteousness is found. That's where, Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." He is righteousness. If you want righteousness in your life, you want Christ in your life. You put Him first. So the question is, how long has it been since we've hungered and thirsted for that? We desperately desired righteousness. We live in a world today that is so unrighteous, to the point of causing mass confusion, even among Christians. You've got professing Christians today that say that they think things that that go against the Bible, same-sex marriage and stuff like that. You got whole denominations that are endorsing and anointing homosexual pastors and stuff. So it makes no sense to me. We can get off into all of that social critique if we want to, but the point is, um, when was the last time we hungered and thirsted for righteousness? Uh, you know, and then if that's true, are we satisfied? Uh, we should be crawling through the desert of unrighteousness, uh, you know, looking for God. He's there. He is with us wherever we go. But the point is, when was the last time we even felt that way? When was the last time we were desperate for God? When was the last time we knew that the only thing that satisfied was Him? Material things, they don't satisfy. People just keep bouncing from, one desire to the next. Uh, because once something is conquered, once the conquest is reached, most people realize the fun is in the chase. And the thing is, we need to be pursuing Christ. We need to be hungering and thirsting after that which truly satisfies, and that is, that state of righteousness, that thing that only God can give. Don't look for satisfaction in man, in a pastor, in a church. Your family's going to let you down. Your friends are going to let you down. I'm going to let you down. God will never let you down. That's where you're going to be satisfied. So be sure you hunger and thirst for righteousness, because that is where you will find satisfaction. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. I'm going to close this out. And as soon as I find the stop button, there it is. All right.